All right, let's dive in. Today, we're basically going on a little treasure hunt, and it all starts with this one super juicy headline. Now, on the surface, it looks like your typical celebrity gossip, right? But what it shows us about the media we all consume every day, well, that's where things get really interesting.
And here it is. This is the question that kicked this whole thing off. Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco's wedding weekend, which famous friends will be there? I mean, come on, that is the perfect hook, isn't it? You can't help but click. Your brain immediately goes, okay, is Taylor going to be there? What about the cast from her show? You have to know.
So, our source for this is a single page from Entertainment Tonight. And our mission, at least at first, seems super simple. The answer's gotta be on this page somewhere, right? So, let's dig in and find this A-list guest list.
Okay, so you click the link, you get to the page, and you start scrolling. And scrolling, you see a bunch of videos, some other headlines, but wait a minute. Where's the actual article? I'm looking for the guest list. I'm not seeing it.
All right, we've scrolled the whole page. Top to bottom, we've checked out every single section. And after all that searching, the answer to the big question in that headline turns out to be nowhere. Just nowhere. The information literally isn't on the page. The page that promised us an answer gives us nothing. So what in the world is going on here?
And that is the real mystery, isn't it? If this page wasn't built to answer our question, then what is it for? We thought we were solving a celebrity puzzle, but it turns out we've stumbled into a much bigger media mystery.
What we're looking at here has a name. It's called a content hub. Think of it less like an article and more like a giant menu at a restaurant. Its job isn't to bring you the one dish you ordered. No. Its job is to show you the entire buffet of all the other things you could be eating instead, hoping you'll get distracted and try a little bit of everything.
So, if we're not getting any wedding details, what is on this menu? Let's take a closer look and break down what this page is actually offering us.
This really lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, you've got the promise, these specific, juicy details about Selena's wedding. But the reality? It's just a huge collection of video links about, well, dozens of totally unrelated topics. It is a classic bait and switch.
For instance, forget about Selena for a second. You can suddenly dive deep into a whole section on the royals. Curious about why 2024 was Prince William's hardest year? Well, there's a video for that. Want to see Prince Harry reuniting with King Charles? Just click here. Each one of these is a new rabbit hole designed to pull you further and further away from why you came here in the first place.
Not really into the royals? That's fine. How about some Taylor Swift news instead? You can watch Martha Stewart talking about planning her wedding, or see Travis Kelce talking about his future with Taylor. You see what's happening here? It's so clever. They keep you in that wedding frame of mind, but it's for a totally different celebrity.
And it just keeps going. Before you know it, you're looking at stuff about TV shows, a character getting killed off on Law & Order, the winner of America's Got Talent. It's just this huge variety, and it's designed to be a little overwhelming, to make sure there's something there for you to click on.
And just look at the sheer scale of this thing. We're not talking about just a few extra videos sprinkled in. We're talking more than 20 clips for news, another 20 plus for TV, 20 for movies, 20 for the royals. You get the idea. It is a massive content buffet, and the goal is simple. Keep you at the table, sampling as much as possible.
So let's be super clear about this. The fact that you couldn't find the answer to the headline, that wasn't a mistake. It wasn't some kind of technical glitch. It was the whole point. This isn't sloppy web design. This is a very deliberate, very calculated media strategy.
So what's the big lesson here? What can this one, seemingly harmless web page tell us about the whole media world we're all trying to figure out every day?
Well, it basically reveals this simple but really effective playbook. Step 1 is the hook, a headline so compelling, so irresistible, you just have to click. Step 2 is the maze. You land on the page, but there's no answer. Instead, it's just a labyrinth of distractions. And all of that leads to Step 3, the goal, which is to maximize the time you spend on their site and the number of videos you watch.
You know, it all boils down to this one simple idea. The goal isn't to actually inform you about what the headline promised. The goal is to keep you clicking on anything else. They get you in the door with one shiny object, hoping you'll get distracted by a dozen others. So here's the thought I want to leave you with. The next time you see one of those super juicy headlines and you click on it, just take a second and ask yourself this. Am I actually being given an answer here, or am I just being handed a menu? And honestly, the answer to that question will tell you everything you need to know.